And good afternoon, everyone. It is Sunday, so you know what time it is. It's the In Theory podcast. I'm your host, NeedsAdjustin, along with my fellow teammates. I'm Bubbles, I'm Sliz, and your boy Case. Speaking of which, how's everyone doing today?
I am wonderful. How are you?
Not bad. How's everyone enjoying their weekend?
It's all right. It's not too bad.
It's been a weekend.
It's been a weekend for sure. Us trying to DoorDash, all of a sudden, like, all of the scheduling has been filled up. So trying to squeeze us in to find some work to do was a struggle, and we're just like, you know what, screw it.
No, I enjoy the fact that we do these podcasts on Sundays. It kind of rounds out my week, and then we get to talk about certain things, get stuff off of our chests, and then move on to the work week. So I actually enjoy these. So yeah, no, I just want to thank you guys. You guys are amazing.
And as far as I know, the podcast has been growing on YouTube, hasn't it?
Yes, it has. We're up to 15 subs and around 50 to 60 views per episode.
Woo!
That's super exciting.
Not too shabby, not too shabby. No, what I'm getting at is you guys are great friends, which is a
Aw.
great segue into our first subject, which is, in the streaming industry, are you making friends or are you networking? Is usually the question, right? And I think there's that thin line, especially like, let's just say if we were to go to like a TwitchCon,
Mhm.
and then we're meeting people left and right. Do you need to differentiate between networking or making friends? Bubbles?
Huh? Oh. For me, like, don't make that face at me. Like, networking is a huge thing with streaming. Like, you really have to... Discoverability is really low. So to kind of get out there, you meet through other like-minded people like you guys. And some people will only go and, like, say they want to be your friend, but they're really just networking and stuff like that. So that's where I'm kind of, like, a very up and down with it. Because some people try to go out there and just, hey, I just want your viewers. And peace. I'm not your friend. I don't know.
I feel like that's accurate. It's you have to be conscious that that is a thing. Probably don't like expect everybody to do it, but you need to know that it's a thing. So while you're thinking you're making a friend, actually they're just networking. They're trying to branch out, and respect that as well. It's nothing malicious or anything like that.
Yeah. Wasn't meaning it super negative, but you gotta think of it from both points. Like, they may be your friend, they may not be your friend. Y'all are my friends, though.
Oh, yeah. I feel like it could work both ways. I feel like you could try to be networking and end up making friends. And also, I feel like you could go to a TwitchCon trying to make friends and end up networking.
I agree.
I believe it's just, which doors and opportunities open up whenever you're trying either side of the road, I
usually follow that rule of thumb where everyone's a friend up until the point that they want something.
Oh, yeah.
I think I've gone by that, and that kind of really has helped with visibility in terms, or not visibility per se, but identifying those particular people that kind of stroll through your life, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just walk by. Hi. You're just being cordial.
Life lessons with In Theory.
Exactly. In theory. Friends in theory. But, and I'm not, like you said, there's nothing wrong with networking. I think it's best though if you're upfront about it, right? If you call it out for what it is and be like, hey, I'm just, like, perfect example, like on LinkedIn, the website for I call it the Facebook of jobs. So you'll have people just messaging you randomly, like they're not in your network, they're not part of your connections, but they'll message you and be like, hey, I see that we have a lot of the same similar interests, looking to grow my network. That is, they call it out for what it is, and that is the coined phrase, looking to grow my network. And I think that's, you know, that's viable too, especially when it comes to streamers who are interacting and socializing and stuff. I think there's just this little added bonus, especially when you carry the same interests to the same games, right? Because I think that's how most of us start with a new person, is like, oh, you play that game, I play that game, we should play. I don't know, Case, does that translate over to a lot of the games that you play? Because I'm super curious.
A lot of the games I play outside of what I stream, like Valorant and things like that, even Valorant, you really, when you add people to play, you never really get into streaming, you know? They don't know I stream, I don't know they stream, you know?
So it never comes up?
Not really. I mean, I'll ask, like, I asked somebody on Valorant the other day if they streamed, and they said no. Then they got offended that we asked them if they stream, so.
That was a whole thing, Mike.
I'm sorry, say again? They got offended that you asked them if they
They're like, do I sound like a streamer? Oh. And, you know, Papa Squat's savage ass was like, no.
Yeah, so we're all playing, and Mike's like, if they're rude, I don't care. I'll yell back. I don't care.
He's like, Sage, help your team! It was hilarious. Mike's a savage, bro.
He's hilarious.
He's changed a little bit, I think.
Speaking of Mike, we do plan to play tonight on some Valorant if you were able or want to play as well. So I know your PC's not.
That's me?
Mm-hmm, yeah, you. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. I would love to, not gonna lie. It's gonna probably be an ish show with the laptop.
This person.
In case you guys weren't caught up with what's going on, this is like a mock-up. This is a non-working dope-ass PC. Because it just, I wanted to be fancy pants and wanted to go water-cooled, and it's just, I'm old and have zero patience to bend some tubes. I did not want to be the next pipe bender. So
the last pipe bender.
Yeah, no, it's
the last pipe bender.
I'm coming to you now live from a laptop, which can barely handle what he has. But it works.
You say that, but it has like what, a 2060 and some other shit.
It's 2070, and I just changed the hard drive to Samsung 2 terabyte. And
it should run fine.
I hope. One can hope, one can pray.
you can run Valorant on a potato.
Facts.
So it's
yeah, you could. And plus, I'm not streaming it, so it's not like it's not graphic intensive. You know, nothing is encoding anything.
Right there.
But speaking of playing games together, that's hilarious. Do you feel you need to play games to stream? Is the question.
Or even play them very well. Like both of those, like you don't have to play a game. You don't have to play them well. You just have to enjoy whatever you're doing, whether it's arts and crafts, you're working out, you're playing a game, whatever. It's like you don't have to be super good at anything.
I agree.
Just do it. Have fun.
I feel like there's two sides to that. Though. Because you have the people like Summit 1G, NickMarks, but NickMarks kind of falls in the middle. But like Shroud, people that are insanely good at the game and people watch him or watch them to see amazing gameplay. But like somebody, you know, on the worst of the gaming side of the spectrum, but super personable and super funny, they're also going to find their audience not being good at the game.
Pokimane. I don't know that she's particularly good at it. I think her claim to fame was Fortnite, right? Like she was really good at Fortnite.
She was entertaining at Fortnite. I'm not gonna say she was awful. She was entertaining and then got good.
Now that you mention it, I'm trying to think of a streamer who's not necessarily
Tim
good at gaming.
Tim.
Yeah.
Tim the Tap.
Oh yeah, Tim the Tap Man.
Like he's not bad, bro, but he's not like NickMarks level. He's gonna see this and be like, "Fuck that guy." But like he's not
that guy who kind of looks like me. Fuck that guy.
Right. He's bald and fat too. You know, he's not like, you know, big time. He can handle his own, and he's funny, so he'll always like be a great streamer like that. But
I think what makes him personable is the fact that oftentimes or not, he's okay to laugh at himself.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know, he's his self-deprecation is amazing. Like, I'm like, wow, did you just take it to a whole nother level? You go, guy. Not like NickMarks, very, very proud, very gung-ho, tons of bravado. Like I
feel like that's all brand, you know? Like,
oh, you think so? You think that that's not how he naturally is with the I can feel the testosterone coming through
to an extent, right?
Well,
like, you know, like Dr. Disrespect is actually a super nice guy, does charity work and stuff, you know?
Yep.
And then,
but that's like a persona, like a legitimate persona that he does not come out of off.
Like Tyler 1 plays really dumb.
Yeah.
I don't think he's that dumb. He just plays really dumb.
He's not.
His stream is literally set up like someone who created their stream day one and had no idea what they were doing, and it's that way on purpose.
I think that person, though, I think Tyler 1 specifically, had the larger following and network, and just kept it the way it was. Right? It's not like you went through phases of growth and then regression. Because that would actually be an interesting thing to watch, is take someone as large as Valkyrie or something like that, where they've got this fully built out stream and then have them go in with like almost no scenes, no transition, no stinger transitions, like none of that, and see what that would look like. But I'm sure, yeah, everyone would just get used to it because they're there for the stream.
I saw that she is now co-owner of 100 Thieves.
100 Thieves.
Yeah,
yep.
One of the first female owners of a gaming organization. Lit.
Right.
It's pretty awesome.
Right. Big congratulations to her and to, what's his name?
Courage.
Oh, Courage.
Courage. Thank you.
Yep.
Courage is
also,
the other
their new
co-owner.
their new sweaters they got. I kind of like the yellow one. Not gonna lie.
Bro, their clothing line is always amazing. I don't know if you've checked it out, but it is always really good.
I have not. No.
They have actually a new line that came out yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's the one I was talking about. Yellow Christian, or the light blue maybe.
Oh.
Look at right on that, Chief.
The only esports team that I've ever actually followed and I actually own merch of is TSM, but only because the CEO and creator is here from the Bay Area.
Mm-hmm.
Like prior to them all moving down to Southern California, that brand was up here. In fact, yeah, no, their slogan for like the longest time, I'm not ever sure if you guys have heard it, is "Fuck it, Bay Life," where it's like FKIT and then there's like Bay Life, and they claimed that for like the longest time up until the point that they ended up moving to Southern California. But they got good branding. Speaking of which, rolling back to playing games on stream and kind of diversifying what you're doing. Like I never in a million years thought that, hey, if I cook, they will come. And it's like bananas. And somehow, some way, my food stream kind of transitioned into a tech stream this past weekend.
I saw that. It was like you were cooking and you're like, wow, that's doing that. And then you pulled out like the motherboard and stuff and you started building the PC.
Yeah, no, it was interesting. Then a lot of people were like, wait, what are we doing now? Wait, what's happening? I'm like, here, look, we made an omelet. By the way, this thing's gonna be water cooled. No, but I'm just gonna do the rest off stream. I'm like, screw it. The next time you see it, this thing will finally be lit up and then wires will be coming out of it. Oh man. And then I can finally actually help you with that. I mean, after I learn how to edit That would be great. Yeah. Do any of you plan to be doing anything else for streaming, or are you primarily going to just stick to gameplay?
When I'm able to play basketball, I'm going to do some basketball streams. I think that'd be really cool. You know?
That would be really cool.
Yeah, I think that'd be pretty lit.
Am I gonna be the cameraman? Woman?
If you want to
thing?
be. I'll give you like a crash course so you know what you're looking for, but yeah.
I'll just zoom into.
Oh,
your
you're gonna keep
forehead.
it moving? You're not just gonna have it on like a tripod and then like
That's what I was
No,
gonna
I
do,
was.
but-
stand it up?
No, I was just wanting to mess with him and zoom into his forehead.
And that she totally would do that.
And bright lights bouncing off my shiny ass head.
Yep.
Yeah, no, wow. Basketball stream sounds super fun, actually. That sounds pretty cool. What about you, Bubbles?
The only thing I ever thought about, which would be like a while until I get kind of used to drawing on my iPad, was probably do some drawing things. Just random things. If I decide to make my own emotes, like fully, I could do that. Sorry, I was messing with my iPad as I was talking. I was like, "Bah, bah, 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 bah."
How?
Sorry. Bah, 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 bah. But yeah. Other than that, mainly games. I
That's
love
awesome.
video games.
I love playing video games, so I don't think I'm gonna stop.
Touche.
I'm not even,
I
not
love-
even, not stop. That's for sure. I never said anything about anyone
No,
stop.
I know.
stopping.
But as far as diversifying, I definitely want to do more just chatting streams. Just getting, a better connection with the community, more interaction, like Q&A type, story time, other stuff like that, just to build that connection, Like, I'm not just somebody who plays games. Like, this is me, this is who I am, this is how I operate, kind of thing.
No, that
Oh,
makes tons of sense. Yeah. But speaking of which, we're talking about like making friends and networking. And where do you feel follow for follow lands?
Never.
You feel that that's like a way to network?
No.
Do you think it's actually viable
No.
as a strategy?
I
I
would
feel like
say
the only person those would help is the person getting most of the responses. So if someone's like, "Hey, I'm following for follow," everyone responds. They're going to check out that person who posted it. That person's not going to check out every single person who commented. I've seen that like so many times, like on Twitter. Seen it on some Facebook groups. I don't really go on Facebook hardly anymore, but a lot of TikTok ones too.
they'll
Like, I
be
don't know
like
if y'all get these.
looking for people to raid. Drop your
Yeah.
links below, and then people
Stuff like
drop
that,
their
like-
links, and then
You have to follow me. You have to sub to me, and then I might raid you. Like that type stuff.
I was gonna say, even then, it's not viable because these companies that you're looking to partner with in the very near future of your content creation growth, if you're looking to do partnerships, sponsorships, whatever, they actually have a list of follow for follow groups that they will check to see if you're in. And yeah. So Harris Heller kind of put that one in one of his videos, I believe early 2020. But he was like, they have these Discord links, these Facebook groups that they will check to see if you're a part of it, and if you are, that's instantly a no on working with you.
it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But getting a sponsorship is a lot of work. So if you're putting in a lot of work to get that sponsorship, they're going to put in the work to see, if you're legit.
Yeah.
As far as
I
follow
remember
for
we talked
follow
about that
goes,
before.
the only thing that I would say do it would be to get your 50 for affiliate if that's the last thing you need. Like if you got the average viewers, you got what's the other one, stream for a certain amount of hours or whatever, and the last thing you need is follows. I'd say go for it, just get the followers, but just know they're not sticking around. As soon as the little time period is over or whatever, they're gone.
That's the main issue that I have with that. Is the follow for follow model in my mind doesn't really work because there's no staying power. There is no residual benefit over the course of your career. It's just this one finite number that's part of a metric that not a lot of people really pay attention to, unless you're in the tens of thousands. Then people are paying attention. Oh, this person has this many followers, because at that point you have outgrown follow for follow. I think there is some truth to what you had said, Case, about it might work in the very beginning to get your 50 followers, have you get over that hump, that threshold, so that you can reach affiliate. But then after that, hey, it's on you. You got to put in the work, grow out your brand, and then you can get out of the follow for follow game. Is that right?
Yeah. Basically, it doesn't translate. It doesn't work. 'Cause, like, I don't even think followers really is that important. Like, if once you get to a certain number, like, you can have. I was watching somebody before the stream started, or the podcast started, and they had about 5,000 followers. Right? They had 30 viewers. 5,000 followers, 30 viewers. So it's like, you can have 5 million followers, but if no one's watching your stream, does it really help you?
What throws me, and it kind of makes me curious now that you mentioned something like that, is when you find a streamer who's got like 500,000 people following them, they have a partnership check mark, and they have like 27 people in their chat, like watching their stream.
I actually watched a video by Harris Heller talking about that.
This man Harris Heller.
Harris Heller is the stream doctor. I swear to you. But he said that like a majority of the partnered streamers right now are sitting below 30 viewers. It's because they made that partner push and then no longer like put in the work to innovate. They're like, all right, cool, I made it. I got that check mark, and now I have nowhere else to go.
I feel that.
They didn't set up any goals. They didn't strive towards, raising the number. They just kind of became complacent and then let that number drop, and they're okay with that, I guess.
But when you start streaming, you have two main goals, right? One, reach affiliate, and then two, reach partner. Like, you got to keep setting yourself goals. Like, people who make it like basketball, right? Make the high school team, make a college team, go to the NBA. A lot of people, when they get to the NBA, they fall off. Like, they'll stay the rookie contract, which they have to, and then they're gone because they don't set themselves goals. They made it, so they're done working.
Or it's you can tell the people who strive and hustle and hone their craft are usually the people jumping from team to team because they're chasing after that next goal, that next ring, that next championship, right? Is that sort of along the same lines of what you're talking about? If you lose your hunger, then it translates over into less engagement.
The NBA is complex, more complex than people give it credit for. It's like a lot of like, if you are like a Dennis Rodman or a Ron Artest, or like people who don't even follow basketball probably know those people because they did a lot of crazy stuff, right? So if you become a case where you're in the headlines more for what you do other than what you do on the basketball court, then you kind of like, it makes it hard for you to find a team, if that makes sense. So you have a couple different levels. Like you have like the Dirks, the Timmy D's, the Kobe's. They stay on one team, right? But they're top tier. So
yeah.
Then you have like JJ Redick, does his job very well. Really good shooter. He has a podcast as well. He's crazy good shooter, but he bounces around team by team because he's not like a star type player, he just has a job and he does it extremely well, and teams want him to do that job for them. If that makes sense.
No, it totally does. Everyone's got a role to play, right?
Mhm.
And you're not necessarily the super duper all-star, but you're cohesive, is what you're saying. You bring that cohesion into a team environment, then boom, it's on fire. Y'all are winning all the time, which that makes tons of sense for sure, 110%. But going back to follow for follow, how do you guys feel about followers only in the chat?
I should never do it.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm strongly against it.
I feel like under certain like circumstances it could. I don't know exactly which ones. Like you have, I know some people have turned on follower only chat to prevent bot spam. Like if that happens, I could see that happening because like there's like delay after following. So mostly if you're being bot spammed, it would just slowly die off before they could actually chat and just like spam anything, you know.
Are you talking about the big follows people?
That, but like in big numbers. Like I was on Reddit and I just saw someone had posted I turned on follower only because I got chat botted. So there's literally just one person who would type in a certain message to this website or something, and all these random accounts would just flood the chat with the same thing. Like I've seen stuff like that, and
That sounds horrible.
That, yeah, someone being a doucher and harassing somebody, basically. But as far as like if you're trying to go to raid somebody and you're like, hey, let's go get this person without you like previously check them out, you're just like, hey, this person, cool. And then they're in follower only, it's like not a lot of people are gonna stay for that. Because for me personally, I like to check out the person. If a good vibe they put off, good at the game, whatever, then I'll follow. But I like to kind of like talk with them a little bit, kind of see how they are as a person, just me personally, and then I follow. I don't want to be forced to follow.
I do the same. If it like, there are some streamers you check out and you're just like, nah, it's not for me. I'm not saying they're bad, you know, it's just not for me. And then I dip. Like I'll hang out in a raid, you know, for a short period of time. That's like I came over in Salty's raid to somebody and I asked him a couple questions like, hey, how well do you know this person, whatever. And then I stayed for about 10 minutes, checked out the stream. He was cool, so I followed him, you know, but I'm not just gonna follow everybody because then I'll have a mile-long list and I'm never gonna go check them out. So then, you know, who does that do any good?
Oh no, I in that respect, I totally agree with you. Salty?
So before I go live, I set up a TikTok live, pointing to my whiteboard that's right behind me that has, you know, live on Twitch, and then it has my link. And people come in and they're just like, hey, do the voice, do the voice, do the voice. And they're not followed. So I personally won't put on the follower only chat solely because, you know, the more people in my chat, the more interaction, the more like if I do see something that they ask me to say, I'll be like, oh, that's hilarious. I'm gonna say that for them real quick. And you know, I might be able to turn that into a clip the next day. But I can also see why people who do the same thing I do turn on follower only chats and they're not spammed with that one niche thing that they got known for on TikTok or whatever. So I understand both sides of it. Me personally, I won't turn it on. There may be a day that I do turn it on, or maybe sub only for certain events. But other than that, I don't really see a need for it.
Do you guys find yourself in the position that I have recently where like I am like clip thirsty and like I will record when I'm not streaming, like just to see if something cool happens, I want it like on film, you know what I'm saying? So I'll just record everything.
Yeah, 100%.
I'd be clip thirsty.
I don't personally do that. just because I haven't hit that stage yet. I'm sure I'll get clip thirsty once I'm in your position and I've got a pretty decent handle on some editing. I think that has a lot to do with it for me.
Yeah.
Or the reasoning why I haven't gotten to that point. But that is so funny because I think that's a perspective shift. Followers only chat. I turned that on. I've turned it on since the very beginning of when I actually started taking streaming seriously. Why? Because why should I give you the privilege of saying something stupid in my chat when you don't even follow me? I would love it if you participate in the conversation. Come on down, say hello. If you follow me. Why? Because that makes sure that I can identify you as someone who thoroughly actually went through and read the rules. And if you end up saying something dumb and harassing someone, I'll find you.
I'll find you.
And there you go. And maybe that's just me.
I can see your point because I've had a few people who would hop into my stream and just say hateful things right off the bat, and I'm like, to me, to others in the chat. So like I could see that, but like at the same time, I don't want to have it on because it could steer some other people away that could potentially be really good, like friends of mine. Like some people, like I don't necessarily like seeing it, so sometimes I hesitate to hit the follow. That's just me though.
I don't run into I don't, in my mind, foresee that to be steering people away. The type of people that would want to say something in your chat but then not follow you, is that the type of people you want in your community? I know it's not mine. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but that's definitely not the type of person I want in my particular community.
My reason is more particular for like if you're a part of a raid, you know, because you were watching somebody, like I was watching you or something, and you followed or you raided somebody. But it's just like I would have to see how others like communicate in the chat and how they interact with each other, just for me to want to follow. That makes any sense.
No, for sure. But let's be real. Are you getting more followers because you're getting raided, or are you getting more followers because you're raided someone? See, the whole point behind the raid is to dip into someone else's stream that's a little bit larger than yours. And I'm just talking about the generalized use of the raid function. Like there is strategy behind it. And this goes back to what we were speaking about in regards to networking. You dump your raid into a streamer's chat that's a little bit larger than you are. They see that generosity. They see you interacting with that particular streamer, because what's the first question you usually ask when you're getting raided? Hey, thank you so much. How was your stream? So now you're doing the interaction with that person that you raided. Now all of a sudden people want to, oh, who is this person? Let me check you out, because it's just as simple as, I see their name, I'm gonna hover my mouse over them, click on them. Oh, they've been following for X amount of whatever, and then you literally just click on their name and boom, they can get. And I don't know if you guys have your Twitch trailers up, but I know I have mine, and they get a good gist of what, you know, my particular channel is all about. And I think that's where, in my mind, the raid works. I honestly do. Hey, you raided me, cool, appreciate you. Not gonna be able to talk though. Other than the person who's like, because if you're rating me, more oftentimes than not, you know me, or you've been to my stream, or you're a follower. That's why you're rating me, because you know for a fact that if you drop your kids off in my pool, your kid's gonna be all right. It's not like, oh
Good
shit,
way
I
to put
gotta
it.
question this, and or like Christian sometimes gives that preemptive, all right guys, so this streamer's a little different from myself, so you know what I mean?
I like to give a little bit of background information before, you know, I dump my kids off at someone's pool. Like, hey, you can't pee in their pool.
Don't pee in that pool.
Yeah. You could pee. You could pee in Salty's pool.
Generalized
That's
concept.
Yeah, most certainly do not poop in the pool.
fine. Yeah, we don't poop in anybody's pool, but
Yeah, no.
you know, sometimes accidents happen. You know.
We do not judge.
No,
Oh, I'm
but-
judging someone if you
Yeah,
poop in the pool.
if you poop in the pool, I'm just
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done. Do you know what goes into having to clean the pool afterwards? Like, you need to shut the pool down. Like, if
It's
there's
a
a piece of
process.
poop floating in the water, you're done.
It's a process.
Because yeah,
Floater.
it literally could
You got a
completely contaminate.
floater.
You need to get everyone out of the pool, quarantine the joint. You need to get your pool cleaner, toss in some pool shock.
Can
get
you all
rid of the
see
poop.
Justin in a hazmat suit cleaning his pool? I can see it.
I could see me yelling at somebody because their kid pooped in my pool, and then being on the phone with a text message. Can you come clean my pool?
Hey man, watch
Someone
your
pooped
kid.
in my pool.
in my pool, man.
What's in my pool?
But no, if I'm rating like Justin, I know that his stream is a little different than mine.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like, hey, we're going there. Everybody behave yourself. Thanks. But
Do
if,
not poop in Justin's pool.
if someone comes in my stream and is like, hey, you're fat, I'm like, I know that. Thank you. You know, that's
I
what
appreciate the visibility. Thank
Yeah.
you.
And then, you know, Justin might not want to be called, you know, whatever. So I'm like, hey,
I
behave.
came from Case's stream. Haha, you're fat.
Just to be like, who the hell are you?
No, I don't even know if it'd get that far. So, one of the mods would be like, "The fuck?" Click.
Headshotted straight out of chat.
Boom. Whoa, that banhammer came out of nowhere.
So where'd that come from?
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't even know what to make of that.
Speaking about
Um,
different. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Different.
Oh, I was gonna say, speaking about like different channels chats, there was 2 clips recorded at the same
Oh
time
my god, bro, yes.
with NickMarks and
Tim.
in regards to NickMarks and Tim the Tap Man. So NickMarks called Tim fat, and somebody in NickMarks chat got super triggered over the fact that he called Tim fat. And NickMarks goes on the spiel talking about is like, listen, I call him fat, and I'm pretty sure he's okay with him calling him fat, or with me calling him fat, because he has fat in the stream title.
If you
he
ever
was
check
like,
out Tim's stream title, it's literally one word. It just says fat.
Yep.
Yeah. He's like, I've known the guy for 10 years. If you and your friends don't talk to each other like that, he goes, you guys probably aren't good friends. And he's like, I talk to him like this because I know him. You know, he's like,
I didn't call you
get-
fat. I called him fat.
yeah,
if
he's like,
you're
get your wussy
sensitive-
shit out of here.
He's like, if you're sensitive, this is not the stream for you.
And then it cuts to the same exact time, but in Tim's point of view, and he's talking about peanut butter burgers.
He's like, I love peanut butter, bro. I
Yeah.
could eat a whole jar of peanut butter. And this is at the same time, the exact same time that NickMarks is going on about calling him fat. And they're both muted, so they can't hear each other. And then you just go to Tim's perspective, and he's like, I love peanut butter, bro. I'll put peanut butter on anything. I just really love peanut butter. And like, he goes on this whole thing.
I could eat a whole jar of peanut butter in one sitting.
That's hilarious. Wow, the impeccable timing and the
Yeah.
relevance to all of that.
But different content creators chats could be a whole universe different than another creator's chat. So I feel like when rating, you should like y'all were saying, keep that in mind, because if my chat's wild and I go into, you know, Justin's chat, the guy that thrives off of positive vibes, and my chat's like, hey, can you do any voices? And he's like, yeah, this one. And they're like, wow, this is lame. And I don't think my chat would not be a good vibe in other people's chats. My chat's a little wild.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, my chat's a little wild.
But speaking of other people's chats, and other people's streams, how do you guys feel about giveaways? Have you guys ever done stream giveaways yet? I don't think I have.
No, I refuse to do them at all.
As of right now, I'm not doing it because I don't want people to only show up for a giveaway and then just never show up again. Like, oh, they didn't win, so they leave. You know what I mean? Like,
I feel like a good.
But when
I'm
you
very,
do it,
very
you
torn.
wouldn't promote. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I wouldn't promote the giveaway outside of my community.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Like, if I did it like while on stream, like, hey, this weekend this is happening, or 2 weeks from now, I could see that. But like, if they
Oh, no,
talk
I'm
to
like
people
promoting on the Discord. That's what I'm talking about. Like, I'm not gonna go out of my way to throw up a tweet. Like, there are certain followers I have on Twitter that aren't necessarily followers or participants in my Discord,
yeah,
or even follow my stream. But if I'm giving something away, it's for my people. It's for the community. So I'm gonna go out of my way to make sure it's like laser focused on that particular group of people. Maybe that's just me.
I just think there's more negatives than there are positives for doing giveaways. Like, I'm not going to mention any names, but somebody I have interacted with in the past who's a streamer did a giveaway, and like, there was 3 people who won, and 2 out of the 3 said that the code didn't work, and then they wanted a new code, and then they were like, well, I'm going to expose you on Twitter if you don't give me a new code. And then he went to go check the code, and it had already been used from the time
they're trying to get more.
Yeah, by the time he gave it up to the time they got it. And then it was like this whole thing where it was like, oh, I didn't do that, that was my brother, it worked fine, blah blah blah. It was like a whole fucking thing. So
I was like a whole lot of unnecessary drama, but
that's what I'm saying. So
that's like one negative. There is some good things, like giving back to the people who have always been there to support you. I could see that being a good thing. So as long as you're not like super promoting it, or other people going out and be like, hey, get this person's stream, they're gonna do a giveaway, yada yada. Just kind of depends.
Salty.
There's this one, you might call them company, but they they primarily work with I don't want to name drop the company, but they overdo computers, right? I don't know if you might be able to get where I'm coming from, but they blast giveaways all the time on all their social medias just to get that spike in numbers on their Twitch, because that's where the giveaways happen. And they just,
I know who you're talking about,
shove it down your throat no matter where you see them. It's just, hey, if you like this PC, we're giving it away on Twitch Saturday 2 p.m. CST, blah 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 blah. And you'll see like 1,000 people in their chat. The next day, like 5. And it's crazy. And it's not really that low or that much. But
do you remember, like, 2015, there was this huge thing about, like, it was on YouTube. Like, every time you watched a YouTube video, and it would go from like 10k subs to like 20k subs to 200,000, right? It was like at the beginning of every one, they'd have some sort of giveaway, and you just got tired of seeing the giveaway. And then it was like, you'd have half of the comments are just people being like, well, this is a fake giveaway, I supposedly won, I never got the blah blah blah. And who knows how many of those people are legitimate, but it was like, that's all you saw. Salty, you kind of watched the same videos I did around that time period. Like, it was like, oh my god, bro, it's everywhere.
Right. And then people in like 2019 to 2020 doing the Raid Shadow Legends stuff. That wasn't a giveaway, but oh my gosh, I got so tired of seeing that shit.
That sponsorship is crazy. They attacked everyone.
Insane.
In all
Absolutely
the spaces.
insane. Oh yeah, it
Show
doesn't matter.
brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends.
Yeah, I remember this this one chick. She was like, you thought you were getting away from it, but this video is brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends. And I'm like, oh no. Like, I can't tell you how many videos I have left because it was sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. Like, I do not want to put in the effort to like skip ahead a minute and a half through that promo. It's like, I might as well go get something to eat real quick or go use the bathroom while you're doing this promo. I tried out Raid Shadow Legends. Doo-doo.
Doo-doo.
It's not a good game. For me anyways. But I tried to do a giveaway one time and then nobody participated. It was when I was doing that when I first became affiliated with Raise Energy.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to go do a giveaway and nobody participated. So I was like, well, never mind.
And like if it's like one of my friends' streams, I don't participate at all because I don't want like say my name randomly gets chosen out of
conflict of interest.
Yeah, and then they're like, oh, of course he won. You know, they do a podcast together. We're like, you know.
Yeah.
I don't.
Don't put yourself in the position, and you won't have to worry about
the
consequences of it. You know.
Unless the reward is worth the risk. But that's a whole nother topic.
If Justin gives away his computer,
as long as you're doing it to give back to your community and not to gain more like viewers or something, I feel like it's a good way to give back.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
And,
if I'm ever doing a giveaway, you better believe if you ain't a part of my Discord server, you ain't knowing shit about my giveaway. Because yeah, if I plan to give away something, it's gonna be cool, like something legitimate. You know what I mean?
90.
Because it's but speaking of community, how do you guys feel about playing with the community? If you're playing games and you're on stream, how do you feel about playing with the community?
If it's not in my title, don't ask.
Facts.
Or if you have a designated day you set up to play with, like a sub day, viewer day, follower day, whatever. Like, please don't pop in and be like, "Can I play with you?" And then you're like, "Not today, I'm sorry," or you don't feel, but like, "Not today," and then they just leave.
Our guest last week has Captain K. She has K-Day, where you play with her. You get 2 games of Warzone, and then you cycle out for another viewer.
It's a good way.
The only problem with that, again, is you don't know what your little Timmy who just joined your chat, you don't know what he's going to say while he has your stream in his grasp. So you like if it's something that I would do, I would have to have some sort of restriction, like you have to follow for this long or whatever. Even then, it's scary. I'm not trying to get banned on Twitch because little Timmy wants to spam naughty words.
So a great to kind of bounce off of what you were saying, I have a streamer friend of mine who does playing with viewers almost every day, maybe not every day, but his moderators actually keep up with the request line to play with him, and then they see how long they've been following, they check their chat messages, they do everything to kind of mitigate those risks. And I feel like unless I have 4 or 5 mods in the stream and I have a bunch of people trying to play the game with me, we're not doing it playing with viewers day. Unless I can, for sure have the resources necessary to secure a non-TOS breaking stream.
It's scary, man. It's scary. I might be a control freak, but something outside of my control, if I let's say I get banned on Twitch, then what the hell am I gonna do?
Go to YouTube.
At that point, I'd probably just make YouTube videos and work on editing, but nah, chief. It's too scary.
He wouldn't go to YouTube. He'd go to Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook gaming. I haven't had a Facebook in 10 years, bro.
Oh,
that'd be hilarious to see. He just pop. Christian left Twitch. Where did he go? Facebook gaming.
Facebook.
To be fair, I know some people are doing really well on Facebook gaming. I'm not talking crap on Facebook gaming. I'm just saying it's not something I would do personally.
Oh, I'll talk crap on Facebook gaming all day long.
I don't know, unless they offer you a pocket full of money.
I want a couple pockets. I don't know about that.
No, they're a victim of their own success type of deal. I think that yes, initially you can just get this big chunk of viewership because it's just so easy, since these are already people who know you.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and that spend a lot of time on Facebook. But with that said, that means the ceiling is extra low. You'll hit that ceiling so quick because usually you have to be friends with someone on Facebook, or someone needs to be perusing Facebook gaming. I don't do that. Do you?
I barely get on Facebook.
I think that has a lot to do with how polarizing Facebook is now. Like, you hop on there and there's just like, there's a whole bunch of people talking about like politics. It's like witnessing Fox News.
Kinda, or memes. No, non-stop memes.
Yeah, not.
I go on Facebook for the memes.
I do too. I literally shared one time, and my grandma told me she was upset.
I go to Reddit for my memes.
I've started doing that.
I just get shit people send me.
On Snap. Oh, how you guys feel about Snapchat?
Snapchat gaming?
Oh my god! Imagine.
Imagine that.
I made a Snapchat for just like viewers, you know, and it was all right at first. You know, it's something I experimented with. You know, mainly for shots fired streams, so we can all like take shots together. You know.
All right, exactly.
That'd be cool.
No, I totally get that portion. But yeah, I mean that's the reason why I stopped playing Jackbox online. Like, Jesus, it's such a nasty taste left in my mouth from the people that just want to
Ruin everything.
Yeah, those are the true people that just want to see the world burn.
Oh
Just
yeah,
can't help it.
It's not even funny, bro. Like, if you're gonna say something raunchy, at least make it funny. Like, if you're just like spamming a word, it's not even, bro.
But I 100% think that us four should get back into Jackbox, just like as us four.
Oh yeah, where that would be the limitation. Hey, that sounds like a great plan. That was actually my plan for the whole golf with friends thing. I thought, Sunday golf.
Right.
Like right after the podcast is our tea time.
I've got to make my tea time.
Shit, I'm down.
We're late for our tea time. But yeah, no. Final thoughts on the playing with viewers if there is no chat element.
Oh yeah,
like they can't. Like they're just playing with you to play with you. Case in point. You like what I did there? The like fighting game genre. You can't speak to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can join that person's lobby, but it's just a whole lot of punching and kicking. and that kind of works.
Yeah, that would be different.
What happened, Salty?
Yeah. I don't know. I went to like try to burp quietly and then ended up inhaling a bunch
That's
of air.
what that was?
Yeah.
Dude, you look like
I thought air was gonna be coming up instead of it like rushing down.
Pause.
It was wild. Yeah, pause.
you look like someone handed you a newborn child.
I thought it was gonna come up, but instead it came down.
I don't know what happened. That's hilarious.
This podcast is a mess. So many mistakes. Oh my god.
I don't know why.
I know, and this is the particular one where I look best in. And now it's a mess. It's a mess. But yeah, I definitely want to play Valorant with you guys.
Oh yeah.
But yeah. Anyone else have any final thoughts? No, yes, no. That's no. That's a good game, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. And I always fail to get this on the previous podcast, but check the description below for all of our actual links. Check out our streams sometimes. All of us stream. We actually have fun doing it. You guys take care, and we'll see you all next week. Peace out.
Bye.
Bye-bye.